I'm sure you all have heard the expression of potato PC or seen the pictures online of people building potato computers. Yeah, sure, those pictures are funny, but can it actually be done? And actually the answer is yes. Okay, so if you want to follow along at home and build your own potato computer, the first thing you're going to need is you're going to need your potato. Right here we just have a large potato that I found in my pantry, and it's a pretty good potato. Okay, so the next thing we have is just a stick of DDR RAM. It's not anything special. It's not DDR2 or DDR3 or DDR4. It's just original DDR RAM, and it's 512 megabytes. This will actually come in handy to allow our potato to reach its maximum potential. So for the graphics card, I actually have the NVIDIA Revo 128. Now this graphics card is really old. It's from the late 90s, and this card actually is what got my dad through college. So this card is pretty old. So right now you see an AMD A4 7300, but we're actually not going to use the CPU. What we're going to use the fan so we can properly cool our potato. And the next thing that we need is just an electrical engineering kit. So step 1 to building your potato PC is to clean off your potato. Now this potato came pre-cleaned and I cleaned it off as well in my sink, so this potato is completely clean. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your RAM, you're going to want to find the RAM slot, which is right here, and you're going to want to press down on it, and you're going to want to press down on it until you hear 2 clicks. Click 1, 2. Perfect. There you go, your RAM is installed. Okay, next what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to install your CPU fan. Now what we're going to do with this CPU fan is we're actually going to put it next to the DDR RAM so we can get proper ventilation around the RAM. So we're going to have to figure out a way to do this because these little clips on the side of the FM tube socket are really not going to cut it. There we go. There we go. We have our CPU fan installed. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your connector and you're going to want to plug it in. Lastly, the hardest thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your graphics card. Now installing the graphics card is actually really simple. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do similarly to the RAM. You're going to want to stick it in until you hear a click. Perfect. Your potato PC is built. Okay, so for those of you who are actually inexperienced with building potato PCs, potatoes are not like the average motherboard. The average motherboard usually comes with everything just pre-installed, but with potato PCs you actually have to install some stuff yourself. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put on an indicator light on your potato as well. Okay, so for this what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your LED light and you're going to want to take it and put it into your potato right next to the graphics card, like that. Next what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to install your power button. So similarly to building a computer using PCBs, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put this out of the way of the rest of the electrical components. So what we're going to do is, so we don't shock ourselves when this thing turns on, we're going to put it right at the top of the potato, like that. Perfect. So if you have a speaker, what you're actually going to want to do is you're going to want to install that next. Unfortunately, we don't have a speaker in this model of the potato, so what we're going to do is we're not going to install a potato speaker. So what we're going to do is we're not going to install a speaker, but we are going to install an LED screen. So here we have a little LED screen, and usually you'd find these things on motherboards to tell you error codes, and that's actually what we're going to use our PC for today. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this LED screen and we're going to put it right next to the light. And there you go, you have your error codes. This PC is actually spec'd pretty good. It has 512 megabytes of RAM and it has a 1998 video card. So what can this thing really do? Well, actually this thing probably can't do much, mostly because it's severely limited by the RAM and the CPU choice. And also the graphics card is a little out of date as well. But other than that, it should be able to run programs and games from the late 90s like a dream. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed my potato PC build. If you guys like this video, don't forget to click here for more videos. And if you want to stay up to date on all the latest tech news, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and happy April Fool's Day.